Good evening, Cooper community. We're so excited to have you with us today. My name is Dr. Evans. I'm the Dean of Students at Cooper, and sitting right next to me is our school resource officer.
Hi, I'm Officer Michael Essig with the Buffalo Grove Police Department. I'm one of the school resource officers for School District 21. I cover Cooper Middle School, Kilmer Elementary School, and Longfellow Elementary School.
We're really excited that you joined us because on Tuesday we had our first Cobra Community Circle event here at Cooper. These are bi-monthly informational meetings, and the purpose of these is really to build partnerships with families and the school. So we talk about some hot topics, and this past community circle, we spoke specifically about the safety here at Cooper and in our community, especially around toy guns and threatening language. So, Officer Essig, I'm curious, as a school resource officer, what has been your experience lately with toy guns, specifically in schools or just as a nationwide problem?
Right, we've seen that this has been a uptick in conversations, not only in our community, but it's a nationwide conversation, mainly because we're trying to keep our community safe. And unfortunately, seeing toy guns in school or outside of school has not been able to keep our community safe.
So let's take a look at some examples of these toy guns and walk us through a little bit on what makes them safe or unsafe, or how can you even tell if they're toy guns or not?
Right. So we see those are the standard water guns, very, very colorful, meant to be playful. Those aren't what we're really concerned about. Nerf guns, they're very bright colored, so they're meant to be seen as toys. Those are these Orbeez guns that, while they look a little bit more realistic, they're still meant to be toys due to colorful and just the playful aspect that comes with it.
Interesting. So they look like toys, right? But what about when they start shifting to pictures like this?
Right. And that gets really concerning to us in law enforcement and even in the school community, because even though you see that little orange tip, we've noticed a lot of not just students in this community, but nationwide, where they'll cover up the orange tip, use spray paint or even tape just to make it more realistic for whatever benefit they're looking to use it for.
That's interesting. And so on October 2nd, just recently, CBS put out an article about how these replica looking guns are really actually getting students killed. I thought they did a really interesting comparison. Can you talk to our community about what they did in this article?
Sure. So they did a great study or demonstration showing what a replica gun looks like and what the real gun looks like. And given just a quick 2-second look at it, it's really hard to tell which one is the real one and which one is the replica one. And that becomes the great concern to us, not only us in law enforcement, but really it's the school community that is seeing these replica guns in the school building.
I think there was a direct quote that said, "Would you bet your life on it?" Right? And so when you're in a situation, if there was a toy gun, if you're at the park and someone's using that, showing it to you, like, how would you know in that instant?
Yeah, and a lot of these replica guns will have a safety warning on it, advising that whoever is using it to keep them indoors and not bring them out in public because they will cause a disturbance. So that warning is there, but like we know with a lot of things, we're not always looking at that warning or even listening to it.
Absolutely. So important. So something that we've seen in the past here at Cooper are these TikTok challenges. They tend to start after really long breaks, such as summer break or winter break. A few years ago, there was one that was really being publicized by different news articles as well, and that was the Devious Licks. But now there's something called the Splat Challenge. Can you just inform our community, what is the Splat Challenge?
So this was a very unique challenge where one of the toy guns that we showed on the other page is used to randomly start hitting people with these like little liquid pellet gun or pellet bullets. And it's meant to be funny, but we noticed that some individuals were freezing those little wet pellets. and it's really causing great damage to those that are getting hit by them. It's almost like a really hard paintball. So what can seem like a very innocent challenge quickly turn into something that's very dangerous. And to kind of further that point is some of these people are taking these Orbeez guns and make them look really real. So we really don't know what the danger is when these people are using them.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so scary. So thank you for sharing that. So my question then is, how can we partner as a school, as a police, officer, and what your department's doing, and as well as our community, our families?
So one of the things that we were always talking about is, it's always good to see what is going on with your student, whether it's checking their cell phones, checking their bedrooms. We all want to respect our students' privacy, but I think it's really important that we start checking on the backpacks too. I think throughout the years that we've been partnering together, we've always come to see that there's very unique things that students will collect, whether it's like really unhealthy food or other things that are just left in the backpacks, or things that can be considered contraband. And replica guns in school, or even real guns in school, can be prevented right away just by the simple checking of a backpack before your student goes to school.
Yeah, that's really specific and actionable. It's something that we can do. Last year, we had a Cobra Circle where we were talking about detoxing from a digital world and that importance of social media, and as families checking students' phones, similar, checking their backpack, really knowing what's in there, not assuming, which kind of leads to the next point about conversations.
Yeah, I think it's really great to start normalizing the conversation. We shouldn't just assume that our students know that toy guns aren't allowed in school or out in public, and the danger that they can cause. I think it's really good to have those conversations. And in addition, normalizing the conversation of wherever your student is going. If they're going to a friend's house, make sure you're checking in on what is the level of threat or guns that are going on in that home, and just normalizing that conversation is really important.
Thank you. This is so important, this information. We're really grateful that you clicked on this and you watched. Hopefully you learned a few things and how we can partner. I know our principal, Mr. DeMuth, as well as our superintendent, Dr. Connolly, both sent out some newsletters and information about these toy guns. So if you haven't read that, though, I think it's also really important. We have been working really hard with our students to be up standards. So if they see something, say something. We're really lucky here at Cooper because we have fantastic students who do that already. But to you all at home, we want you to continue that as well. So please don't hesitate. You can reach out directly to either one of us, and we are happy to be partners. So thank you so much.
Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.